Pretty sure if we act, we're gonna get fucked. God, Rivet, there's something here I should do. Wait, what if Saber's been... Fuck! This is not it! What if Saber's been bluffing all this time? No, it's a long shot, but maybe, just maybe...
You're lying! There's no poison and no antidote! There's nothing to keep us from killing you!
Oh, shit! Saber leaps back from Arden, shooting a sudden glare in my direction. Surprised that Arnstar is back. I'm surprised too! That was... If it was me in that section, that would have been a complete fucking... just throwing out my ass of words. So I go up in the air to catch his breath. Thank gods, if nothing else, I could buy time for him to recover.
It's been 2 days and you still haven't harmed Hazel. If you were really willing to kill her, you would have done so already.
And what makes you think that?
Oh yeah, he's
I was
lying.
just giving the king and that bastard Inquisitor time to work out their priorities.
Sneers scornfully, but I sense a slight discomfort in his expression. Lights hope inside of me. But most importantly, I start to keep him talking.
That can't be true. Linnaeus didn't even know where you were, or who you were.
Oh, we got him. Grandsteed Saber takes a step towards me. Somehow I managed the bravery to hold my ground. Keep talking.
I'd guess you were too afraid to even send out that blackmail note. Or do you just feel compassion for Hazel? Too much to go through with your threat?
Did the two ever meet in Arden's Right? I don't remember.
Enough lies! Silence!
Just as Saber lunges out for me, Arden suddenly throws his weight at Saber's back, slamming into him at full force. Did you get him? The huge man stumbles towards me, managed to dodge to the side, kicking savagely at his shins to try and knock him down. Sheer rage seems to have dulled his fast reaction somewhat, and he hits the stone floor stomach, letting out a growl. He quickly starts pushing himself up, but Arden's boot firmly plants in the small of his back and pushes down. His sword presses to the back of Saber's neck.
You're not going anywhere, heartless coward.
I start to worry that Arden's going to slice into his skin before we have so much as a chance to question him. However...
Wayman, hurry!
Oh, thank goodness. Someone's gonna be here to stop him. Is that Linnaeus' voice? I would guess if anything from all this ruckus they would have heard. Sure enough, a moment later, the thudding of many footsteps grows close. Doors nearby burst open.
Rivian! Arden!
Hello! A plethora of guards floods into the chamber after Linnaeus rushes towards us to surround Arden Saber.
This man! Seize him! And quickly, get the girl! Make sure she's safe!
Hopefully we get to explain what the fuck happened. Saber's not the rescuer, we are. To our surprise, Saber seems to have stopped struggling, instead just closes his eyes. His hands ball into fists, bitter expression crosses his face. For a moment I almost feel pity for him. Even though we almost lost our lives to his hands.
Gods above. What am I going to do with you two?
I don't know, Les Free. Signing expiration, Linnaeus glares at Arden and me. Behind his glasses is a clear look of relief. The same relief we all feel, surely.
Ah, well, you could start with not having Arden fired for assaulting a guard, for starters.
You were the one who trespassed first, Riv.
As he sends back a weakly playful retort, stepping away from Saber and letting the guardsman take over, Arden exhales a heavy breath, clearly exhausted. I lend my shoulder to lean on, sending up quite a prayer, thanks that he isn't injured. Ah, what was it, James? One of the guards slowly approaches us with Hazel in his arms.
Is she alright?
My surprise, Hazel's eyes flutter open at my words. He squirms on guard's grip and he gently sets her down, holding hands up powerfully against her back.
Sleepy.
So maybe she just got knocked the fuck out? I was a little, rubbing a hand at her eyes. To be that Saber drugged her with nothing other than a sleeping medicine? Oh, hopefully.
Sir Rivian? Sir Arden? Oh, thank you.
The girl doesn't look in horrible shape, but she definitely could use a good meal. The warmth of her mother's arms. Stooping down in front of her, I grin at Hazel broadly, feeling the same relief as if I'd rescued my own sister.
You're so brave, Hazel. You'll have to teach me a thing or two.
I will. But what's enough first?
After your long sleep? Okay. Sure, Hazel. Whatever you want, girl. Been trapped down here for... I don't remember how many days this part was supposed to last. Like 4 days? Trapped her? Yeah. Pretty sure, I don't remember. It's been a long game. Hold my arms out to her as she clings onto me. Tiny mouth opening with a long yawn. They lift her up. Arden and Linnaeus watched me with smiles on their faces. A sense of this nightmare finally drawing to a close sets in upon the dark chamber. Make our way back to the castle, Saber being dragged along by the guards to the prison. Arden and Linnaeus walking with me as I carry Hazel. Linnaeus, of course, thoroughly chooses out for a self-made investigation, but admits he had no idea where Hazel was being kept. Who knows what Saber's plans were? It's possible he was planning on smuggling her out to one of the disciples' bases. Luckily, after the guard Arden knocked out, woke up, quickly got Linnaeus and his men. They arrived in the nick of time. Oh, thank God. Seems we've escaped any punishment, thankfully. Though Linnaeus instructs us to not mention a word of Hazel's lineage to anyone else. Makes sense. Apparently, he himself was only told today, which is why he gave me that icy admonishment earlier.
Hazel!
Hey, they're together!
You're safe!
Mom! I missed you so much!
We deliver Hazel into Emily's arms. Their reunion is so tear-filled and blissful, I have to step out of the room or to not start sniffling. Damn it, far too invested in this whole affair. Afterwards, Arden and I were taken to see none other than the king himself. He firmly reprimed us for prying into things, of course. We laughed her, though. He actually came up to both of us, praising both Arden and me individually. I mean, she is the daughter of the king, if I remember correctly. He almost teared up as he thanked us for rescuing his granddaughter. I was so flabbergasted I barely managed to squeak out what was more or less no problem anytime. Like a granddaughter. Okay. It was a relief to finally be released back to my room, with Arden tagged along, commiserated for how awkward the whole experience was. I think both of us were hugely relieved, though, that we managed to rescue Hazel. It's been a weight on my shoulders. Second night, the celebration, and at last, I could finally let my mind turn to other things. Speaking of other things, I'm not entirely sure what to do as I let Arden into my room, closing the door and clearing my throat. My way over to the fireplace, wondering if I should sit down in a chair or ask him if he wants to talk. He follows me closely, stopping a few feet away to turn around to face him. Oh, both tired. Two of us stand silently for a few minutes, avoiding direct eye contact, depthlessly both thinking of the same thing. I try to muster the courage to get out the words I want to say, but for whatever reason, they keep getting stuck in my throat. Damn it. Finally, Arden steps closer, reaching out to take both my hands in his own. That's up to see his eyes focus on me with determination and fiercely protective warmth.
Riv, I know you still doubt me. You have every right to, really. But will you let me explain myself?
Oh, right, you wanted to a while ago. But we got caught up in the whole situation. So quiet, gentle words from a hopeful question that hangs in the air. Unable to refuse, I just nodded my head reluctantly, feeling my heart rate steadily increase.
It's true, what Saber said. My father had me with another woman, not his wife. Because of that, I never really felt like I had a place at home. Which is why I loved spending time with you and your family so much.
Oh, because we accepted him. Ah,
When
sweet.
you told me you wanted us to follow in the footsteps of our fathers and become great men, I knew something like that would be almost impossible for me. Father would never sponsor me for a high position. My birth was a shame to him. And still is.
Don't say that. He loves you, I'm sure of it. He has to be proud of all you've accomplished.
Your words licked a slow, grateful smile on Arden's lips. He cast his gaze down to the floor for a long moment.
My mother, Father's wife, was never happy with me. Not when she had her own legitimate children with Father to take care of. And so, she convinced him to send me away to a military training academy as soon as I became eligible. They told me about it before I made my promise to you. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you I was leaving. I hoped I'd be able to escape, or find some way to keep in contact with you while I was gone.
But his hands tie around mine, he brings them to his chest, where I could feel his own heart racing.
When I arrived at the academy, though, I realized I might really have a chance to rise to an honorable position. I worked as hard as I could every day, thinking of you. I wanted to meet you again as an equal, and we could make good on our promise. I was too ashamed of the reason why I'd been sent away to write to you, and I could only pray that you'd understand, even though now I know it was a mistake.
Gosh, I feel so bad for ignoring him when we were on Franz's route. We're really on the others' routes, both Franz and Linnaeus. I'm glad we're doing his route now and finishing this all up. Arden's gaze returns to mine where I see the same longing, searching loneliness that I've been feeling all this time. But my lip trying to refute his words as excuses, but he speaks them so softly that they can't be anything other than the true content of his heart.
I heard you'd be here, and I was so excited to finally see you again. But you've been so cold to me. I couldn't blame you for it. I just wanted things to go back to the way they were. To finally confess the way I felt to you.
I'm sorry, Arden.
You left me without a word. I thought you knew me well enough to guess how bitter I'd be about the whole thing. And that you realized I was in love with you back then.
I just hear my dog still around the door. Oh my gosh.
Just like how I still am now.
Oh, right, we never actually had said it. Arden's eyes blink wide at my bold words. Feel heat steadily rising to my face, but I manage to keep some hold over my composure.
I'm not a man who's keen on second chances, but I've never felt the same way about anyone like I have for you, and so...
I swallow, doing my best to try and act steely.
I would like to be yours if you'll have me.
Dang. Dang, Rivian. Silence drips in the gap after my words. Close my eyes, tightly, completely aware that my cheeks have to be the color of roses. This is a start to open one eye to make sure Arden's still there. Suddenly pulls me into a fiery kiss, cupping my face and holding me close. Sounds up at first, but then I slowly relax against him, sinking back into the embrace. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to cut this part out. Because, yeah, we haven't had, bang scenes with Arden. So I guess now what happens after everything that's occurred. Unlike with Linnaeus and Franz, where it happens before. Because I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly with Linnaeus that was before. We went and got in situation, I think. No, I think it may have been after. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah. I'll be back in like a second.
I'll be holding you to that promise, Arden.
Okay, so I think we're done now with the scene. So yeah, hello, welcome back.
no, Riv. Not like that. You'll take someone's eye out.
The fuck? What are
It's
they
not
doing?
my fault the bloody thing's so unwieldy. Besides, wouldn't I want to take my opponent's eye out? It's a tactical maneuver.
I mean, I guess. So from what I'm guessing, Arden's teaching Rivian about sword fighting, fencing, whatever you want to call it. Sighing, Arden shakes his head and approaches my side.
You're an awful student, Riv. I just don't know if I can make a swordsman out of you.
Well, you're an awful teacher. You keep getting distracted and stare at my face whenever we get too close in a spar.
Arden flushes, averting his gaze guiltily. A little later, though, grabs my wrist, catching me by surprise so much that I almost dropped the blade I'm holding.
See, Riv, you have to hold it more like this. Delicately. I know there's a gentle streak in you somewhere.
Are you so very sure about that? I must be getting too soft with you.
Oh, you are. And I love every moment of it.
He grins so warmly, happily at me that I can't find it in my heart to so much as poke fun at him. Come to love that smile of his more than I thought I could. Now I'm the one staring at his face, unable to tear myself away. So, what's happened? It's been several months since we left the King's celebration in one piece. The affair was kept as quiet as possible, but His Majesty bestowed honorary titles and positions upon us both for service to the crown. As if that didn't make it obvious. Now that Hazel's disguise as a maid's daughter has been uncovered by the disciples, though she's been brought back to live with the royal family, Emily staying nearby, of course. I understand now why I thought she had looked faintly familiar the first time I saw her. She resembles the king so much she thinks she was his own daughter. Arden now serves as the second in command of the Royal Guard. I'm training with the Guard's intelligence units to help uncover more agents of the disciples. Luckily our Luckily our jobs let us spend quite a bit of time together, grown almost inseparably close, and I'm sure that there are rumors about our relation among the members of the guards. Oh well. I mean, in this world, it's perfectly fine, which is amazing. Recently, Arden's been hinting that he wants us to start sharing a house somewhere. To be honest, I really wouldn't mind. He has some annoying habits that doubtlessly get on my nerves now and then. But if it meant being greeted by an excited puppy every time I get home, I think it'd be more than worth it. Oh my gosh! Sorry about Arden's shoulder, but his deep hair is without so much batting an eye.
Just you wait, you little...
Despite my annoyed growl, can't deny that I enjoy every moment of the lessons Arden gives me. More accurately, I just enjoy every moment we get to spend together. I'm still far from an extrovert, but Arden's one of the few people who I actually relish being around, who can help me relax after a long day. We circle each other and I do my best to focus on Arden's blade rather than the wide, playful smirk on his face. I didn't really appreciate how fast and deft he was with the sword until we started sparring. Guess he took a lot that training seriously after all. I feel like I didn't say that correctly, whatever. I know I'll never be as skilled as he is in combat, but I want to know the basics of swordplay, just so I don't feel entirely defenseless if I'm ever in a dire situation like the one we were in before. Beyond that, I'd like to be able to protect Arden somehow, even if he's my little guard dog, to keep him safe too. Now that I've relented and let myself become attached to him again, I'll be damned if I let anything or anyone take him away from me.
Ha! Take that!
What? You almost caught me with that one, Riv. Now, think fast!
I like this outfit that he has. I'm just saying. Like, out of out of the scenes that we've gotten for the end, I think I like this outfit more. As like the end outfit, I guess. Arden lunges out at me. I stop his blade with my own just in time.
Not today, you charlatan.
You're so cute when you're fired up like this, you know?
You know, I'd have to admit, yes, he does. I'd have to agree with Arden on this. The Rivian. Let out a huff to watch Arden winks at me with the teasing smirk.
Excuse me, I think you mean intimidating.
Oh, yes! I'm quaking in my boots, Riv. Can't you tell?
Sound of our banter cheerfully fills air, hearing alongside the clashing of our swords. Although my mind is focused on dodging the coming blows, my heart marvels at how blissful this one moment is. The most fervent wish is for many more to come. To never be torn apart from Arden again. There we go. Now we're done with Chest of Blade, even though I know I would have to somehow, because I would imagine there's not a guide, there probably is, of how to get Saber's route by just, gosh, this game is so long. It's great and all. But dang, trying to go through all these routes is taking me so long. But I think that's mostly just on my part, because of how long I've been recording this from like here and there throughout the weeks, if I have time. But yeah. But I mean, even then, for anyone who happens to still be interested in this game, I don't know. I mean, hey, you probably could go buy the game yourself on Steam. And yeah, try to get Saber's Art yourself. Figure that out on your own. But yeah, I think for the most part, I'm good. Because I feel like there's a good chance I've burned myself out playing this game and enjoying it, to be fair at least. I've enjoyed all the routes. And if anything, I think I would have to say I like Arden's route the best. Just because I feel so bad for him. But also, I'm not sure if I'm going to somehow... I'm going to figure out how I'm going to this video because it's not like an hour-long recording. But yeah, I think Arden's route, I'd have to say, is probably my favorite. Just again, because I feel bad for him. And then... maybe Franz's? I don't know. I know during Linus's route, I said I like his one of the... I don't know. It's really hard to say, because I like all the routes. This Arden I think I like the most, so I'm glad I did his last. But yeah, I really love this game. It's great. Because, like, good mixture of it being a yaoi game, but also being just, in general, just any kind of game with a pretty good plot to it. Because, my god, it's interesting seeing the different characters and how they become in certain ways in everyone's route. Because I didn't expect Saber to be a villain. Because I'm like, oh shit. He's not just some fighter, he actually could be the bad guy? And then, god dang, I keep forgetting the kid's name. What was his name? I remembered it a while ago too. But yeah, if I can remember, probably not. But the kid is bad guy at the end of Franz's route. I can't remember. I hate myself for not remembering because I like that. I like him. It's adorable. Yeah. I don't know. He's probably one of my favorite characters in this whole game. With Hazel, if anything, with Arden's route going through that, I just enjoy Hazel even more now. Because I'm like, I didn't realize I cared so much for her. But anyways, yeah. I feel like I got long enough. Point being, I love this game. I'd recommend it to anyone, really. Who's okay with the yaoi, of course. But yeah. So, if anything, if you enjoyed the series, go with the like button. If you want to see more of what I do, or anything I do in general, I don't know, go subscribe button. If you know of all the stupid shit I do and fuck-ups of words I say. Yeah. Again, things to say in the comments below. Tell me your favorite character that we've done, or just a general favorite character, I guess. And whose route, if anything, that you enjoyed the most of me watching. Or if you play it yourself, I don't know, tell me. Tell me your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. So until then, I'm not sure what I'm playing next. I think I'm going to be playing one of Arden Games' other games. They've made like 2 others in this time I've been recording this whole game. But yeah! I'll see you guys in the next video, comrades!